I'm gonna make a video for you guys today, and it's gonna be like a little bit different to what I usually make. So I hope that, you might get something out of it, we'll see. So basically, I want to make a video about how to fall in love with yourself, because it's very much inspired by my own history of self-loathing, self-hatred, even self-harm. So I don't know why, but this video idea has been sitting with me for a few weeks now, and I'm finally today just like, yeah, you know what, let's just sit down and film and see what comes through, kind of thing. So we'll see what happens, but it's important that we love ourselves, but it's more than just loving ourselves. It's like we want that relationship with ourselves that is almost like, yeah, that new lover phase. And I think that maybe some people don't even realize that this is available to them. This is available to you. You can have this sort of relationship with yourself. You can feel this kind of fulfillment from your own self. So, for those of you who are like, how on earth do I fall in love with myself? That seems ridiculous. Bridget, that's why I'm always watching your love readings to find someone. Okay, I get it. But until we love ourselves enough that we can, I've got a list of things of how we treat ourselves, for example. Till we treat ourselves how we want to be treated by our partner or by our soulmate or our twin flame, we are never going to be able to attract either the one or someone who treats us how we deserve. And we'll be stuck in relationship patterns that leave us tearing our hair out and questioning, why do I always attract people who cheat on me? Why do I always attract people who leave me? Or whatever the narrative is, So, I was contemplating what is a relationship? Like, what is love? What is romantic love compared to, say, family love? All that sort of stuff. So I came up with maybe like 5 kind of key points that create love, or that create an environment for love to flourish, or for a relationship to be nourishing, supportive, etc. So those 5 things are, I have my little book here, my notebook, so I'm gonna bring it out. Alright, so the 5 things are trust. And I'm going to circle this all back to your relationship with you. So while I go through this list, maybe consider, your current relationship or historical relationships. Consider how these things played out for you. Okay, trust, loyalty, honesty, attraction, and the last one is like a double one, acceptance and appreciation. Because I think acceptance is one of the most important things, but acceptance leads to appreciation, because we can't appreciate something or approve of something about ourselves or about someone else until we have accepted it, until we have brought it in. So the way that all of these 5 kind of like pillars of relationships relate back to our relationship with self, is through asking ourselves some questions. So this again is a reflective activity, everyone. Let's participate. It's kind of like, how do we ask ourselves a question? We don't have to literally answer it. You may choose to journal this. It will give you a lot more clarity, but I'm sure things will bubble up, even just like asking this in your own mind to yourself. Okay, so trust. Do you trust yourself? Do you follow through on your promises? Or do you break your promises to self? If you say to yourself, hey, you know what, I really care about my health, so I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. every day for the next month and go jogging. Did you do it? Or did you get up, the alarm went off, and then you hit snooze and you went back to sleep, and then you never even got out the house for one jog? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how are we creating a relationship with ourselves that we're consistently breaking our own promises to self, or we're consistently not showing up for ourselves the way we say that we will? And how is this being reflected to us in our partner or in whoever we're attracting in our dating world? See, this is how it gets so like, it gets so juicy, because it's honestly, and I understand if it's like everyone's not ready for this, everyone's not ready to do this work and to examine this stuff. But if you are, I promise you, this is it. You know, this is literally what you are looking for, is this relationship with self. Because even if you want, you know, you want the soulmate relationship and you want the love and all of that, the romance, of course, most of us do, but it literally will not fill us up until we have this relationship with ourselves that can hold it. Because until we trust ourselves and we actually show up for ourselves in the way we say we will, and we're consistent enough with our promises to self, that's when we're attracting a partner who is also trustworthy, who is also following through on their promises to us and to themselves. Do you see how it's always a mirror? Okay, loyalty. Do you have your own back? If you make a mistake, if you trip up somewhere, do you beat yourself up about it? Are you like, oh my God, you're such an idiot, I'm so embarrassed, I can't believe you just did that? Or are you like, that's okay, honey, we'll just get up and do it again, or we'll try next time? The way that we speak to ourselves is very, very, very important, and a lot of people don't quite appreciate how important it is. So do you have your own back? Are you there for yourself? Are you gentle with yourself if you make a mistake, or if something you try fails? You know, like, these are important things. Okay, number 3, honesty. Can you look at yourself? And this one goes deep, because I'm not talking about, well, I am talking about, can you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I am beautiful. I am whole. I am worthy. I am enough. Can you do that mirror work? Or do you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just zooming in at this pimple and you're popping it, and then you're zooming in at this imperfection? Do you know what I mean? It's like, and can we even look at that? Can we look at how we are with ourselves, and can we hold space for that? Because I really think that the number one thing to falling in love with yourself is knowing yourself. Knowing everything about yourself. You know, knowing the fact that you probably aren't going to get up at 6 a.m. every day and go jogging. So maybe just don't promise yourself that, because you're just setting yourself up for failure. That kind of self-knowledge, you know, and being able to look at yourself and not turn away. Not cringe, not flinch. Be like, okay, I can take that in. I can look at that reflection, and I can know more of myself. Number 3, attraction. Okay, can you get down with yourself? Can you? And I'm talking about sexually, obviously, but I'm also talking about, like, can you find yourself attractive? Can you look at your naked body and love it and see it for its beauty and see it for its uniqueness, you know, and see it for the fact that it's yours, and see it for the fact that you are not your body. This is your vessel, you know? Now, I know this is a challenging one, because I myself, no, I've come from such a crazy history, you guys, with like body image stuff, so I know how hard it is, but no one can change our relationship with ourselves except for us. No one. And until we, like, step the fuck up in our power and own ourselves, You know, it's like we got to own ourselves. We are this, you know? And it's like until we do that, we're letting everyone else around us own us. Own us. That's gross. We don't want that. We want to own ourselves. So can you get down with yourself? Sexually, in terms of how you look, can you dance? Can you maybe video yourself dancing and look back? Just so you get more comfortable with who you are and how you move and how your body looks like in space and time and all this stuff. Even if it's like, especially if it's something you don't like about yourself. Okay, sharing time. For me, I don't really even know why, to be honest. There's no real logical reason, but I was always very ashamed of my thighs. I mean, I love my thighs, but I've always had like sort of larger thighs and a smaller upper body kind of thing, which is fine. I like that. But for many, many years, I was really ashamed of my body. But I was also really, really embarrassed about having cellulite on my thighs. And I'm sure most of us do, but you know, it's not something that many of us own, right? We try and cover it up, or we try to get rid of it, or it's not something you really discuss, like with your friends, like, hey, so there's cellulite on my thigh. You know what I mean? So one of the ways that I really had to move through shame, like the shame that binds you into like that paralyzed place, is to film myself dancing. And this was not to share with anyone, this was not to show anyone, it was just for myself. Because I had to look at that cellulite. I looked at that cellulite jiggling around, and I looked at that booty and all of that, like all of it getting loose and rolling around. And I was like, cool. I can get down with that. It doesn't mean that I was like loving every minute of it. Sure, there was still a little bit of a critical narrative going, but overall, and it took time, and this has taken years. Like this is our relationship with self is our lifetime practice. Do you know what I mean? But it does make a difference when we start to accept ourselves more, and that is a perfect segue into the fifth and final one: acceptance and appreciation. Do you accept yourself? Cellulite on your thighs, perfect example. Can you not only accept your cellulite thighs, or can I not only accept the cellulite on my thighs, but can I appreciate it? What a radical idea. Can I appreciate my cellulite thighs, or the cellulite in my thighs? Yes. I can, because it's me, and I appreciate myself. There's no judgment, do you know what I mean? There's no need for it to be judgment, for it to be a judgeable thing, or a judging, you know what I mean? Alright, I'm going to have a quick look at this book. Yes. The other thing I'll say about appreciation, acceptance and appreciation is, are you okay with pleasure? Are you okay with receiving or giving pleasure? And what is your relationship like with that? Because I really, really, really believe that in terms of shame, and shame is really, I think the emotion that keeps us most away or distant from our self-love, because it's the belief, that we are bad, not that our behaviors are bad or anything like that, but fundamentally who we are is bad. That's what shame is, and that's the shame story, and that's what shame feels like. So shame really goes along the narrative of, I don't deserve pleasure, I don't deserve goodness in my life, I don't deserve pleasure, and it's very self-harming, I guess. So I guess it's really just an invitation for you guys to examine these things. Examine how are you in relationship with yourself compared to how you are in relationship with, a partner of yours or a girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. And how is it also mirroring each other? How is the way you are with your boyfriend, girlfriend similar to how you are with yourself, and vice versa? And really, this stuff is so illuminating, and it's, the more we know, the more we love. Alright, so I'm just gonna like leave this video here, and there's so much more that I could say, but I think that I'll just leave it there, and yeah, leave it open for you guys to just ponder, to sit with, to contemplate, and perhaps do some journaling around those points of relationship with self and other, or perhaps not. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.